Hi there. Thank you for stopping by at my YouTube channel. I'm excited to have you here. My name is Lunta Di La Paulo and I am the founder of Yeto Accounting and Tax LLC. And in my business, I help small businesses and self-employed individuals here in Chicago, Illinois, and across the nation make better business, finance, and investing decisions. But above else, I help business owners cut their taxes. So that's what I do, and that's what I at least try to be very good at. So in this video, what I want to do very briefly is to talk to these business owners or self-employed individuals who probably are not expert in tax or tax planning, but they try to take on themselves to do their own taxes or um, accounting for that matter. So let me give you two examples that I came across in the last week or so, right? There is this small business owner who have a consulting firm, but they also do some trading aside, stock options trading and so forth. And in the last year, they incurred substantial loss, unfortunately. And as they went doing their research, their prior accountant didn't really talk to them much about this. Not sure why, but they realized they could have elected the trader tax status to offset their losses with their ordinary income. But because that decision, that election is very complicated and complex and requires foresight and substantial planning to make sure that everything is according to the IRS rules and regulations, unfortunately, they are not going to be able to take the losses they incurred in the year 2020. So the only way for them to deduct these losses is going to be as capital loss, which is capped at $3,000 per year. So it's going to take them at least a decade before they take the entire loss, right? So that's one example that I came across recently. The second example, just for the sake of making this video brief, I could have given you really many other examples. The second example is of another client. She is an education consultant as well, who is doing very well in her business. Thanks, that's really great. But because in the last several years they did their own taxes, preparing and so forth, they actually, after coming to me, we started reviewing their tax returns for the last 3 years. And after some questions that I asked to get to know the business and their own life, we came to the conclusion that in the last 3 years at least, they have lost the opportunity to save on taxes. They filed their tax return incorrectly. They didn't claim certain deduction. And they didn't even take advantage of some of the credit they were eligible. So, and they, of course, as most small business, as it the case for most small business owners, they ended up overpaying taxes. So, of course, as a good professional, I would always give my clients course of action. Would you like us to amend the return, or you wanna continue without doing anything, right? But the bottom line here that I want to stress is the fact that if you had a toothache, you wouldn't go on your own to try to fix your tooth yourself. Obviously, you would have seek a dentist and try to find ways for them to help you. But unfortunately, that's not the mentality we have when it comes to business, taxes, investing, and so forth. Often we have the tendency of of thinking, well, if I don't go to a professional, I'm gonna save money here with the fees that I would have need to pay them, while I can keep the money for myself. But you might even be correct if, the person that you're seeking, the professional you're seeking help from, isn't really knowledgeable and can't really help you in a way that would make a difference in your life and just be another line of expense in your income statement or profit and loss statement. But if you're lucky enough to find a good professional, a good accountant or tax advisor, or a tax attorney who is knowledgeable, who is experienced, who sits with you and have a dialogue with you, gets to know you, and help you figure out ways to pay less taxes. The fees you pay them will be significantly, let me repeat this one more time, the fees you pay them will be significantly less to the tax saving they will help you achieve. So a lot of small business owners don't want to spend $500, $5,000 with the professionals because they want to save that while they're paying tens of thousands in taxes, right? While if they sat in a tax planning session that could cost them a few $100s or a few $1,000 depending on who you go to, you can be saving these tens of thousands of dollars in taxes, right? So that's the trade-off. You always have to think about the opportunity cost and what each dollar invested is returning to your business, right? The investment you put into hiring a new professional, what's the return on that investment? So that's exactly what I try to help business owner figure out, or at least get to think about. Because every time you try to do your taxes yourself, unless you have the expertise, unless you're keeping up with the tax code, the changes in the law, you are more likely overpaying, or you're more likely filing something incorrectly or not doing something as well as a knowledgeable professional would have done. So my encouragement to you is interview a few professionals around. Ask questions, ask for referrals, recommendation. If you have a current accountant, it doesn't hurt to try to find a different opinion, to try to see what is out there, okay? So that's my message for you. If you'd like to get to know us, or you'd like to figure out how we can help you, give us a call. Our website, email, phone number is in the link below in this video. And I'd love to hear from you. Visit our website, www.yetoadvisory.com. So have a good evening, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.